going left to right. We have the Cameron Yoe with the football. Takes the play. Pass out to the left to number 4, Colby Young. Gains about 9 yards on the first play. We got 2nd down and 6 coming. Starting offensive line for the Cameron Yoe from left tackle to right tackle.
9-yard gain. 2nd down, 6.
Will be number 70, Will Scott. Here we go, starting 2nd down and 6 to go. We have the height. Hand off to the running back, and he gets 2 yards. That carry was Nick Vargas for 2 yards. We bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Cameron Yoe on the first series of the game. Mejia's backfield. We'll get here in just a second on defense. Line up for 1st and 10 from the 49. We have a snap. He's looking for a little bubble route. He catches it and breaks upfield, and he's hit very hard by a host of Blackcat tacklers at the 44-yard line. We'll have a 2nd down and 3. Starting secondary for the Blackcats is Jalen Busby, right cornerback. Regarion Hicks is a left cornerback. Our safeties are Jaleel Wright and Lamarion Miller. As we're back to the line, 2nd and 3. Cameron snaps the ball, drops back. 25 catches out of the backfield on a little bubble route, and he's brought down by a host of Blackcats for a 1st down at the 36-yard line.
For another Yoe 1st down. 8-yard get.
Our linebackers for Mexia are Brian Busby, Drayvon Cooper. As we have 1st and 10 here. We got a flag on the play. I think we had movement in the Cameron offensive line. Let's see what the Zebras come up with here. J.R. Deichler, number 32, starting linebacker. And we have Isaac Sandoval, number 34, starting linebacker. We just had Jacob Allen go in at nose tackle. And we did have a 5-yard false start on Cameron Yoe. Now to be 1st and 15 at the 42.
First penalty of the night.
First one. You know, in these games, your first couple of games, usually lots of yellow on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go, 2nd and 15 for our 1st and 15 for the Cameron Yoe. 12 drops back, and he throws it up, and it's an incomplete pass. As we had a host of Blackcats chasing Braden Brashear down in the backfield. Now we have 2nd and 15 for the Cameron Yoe. It looks like we're going to have a lot of passing going on tonight, Freddie.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Cameron Yoe back up to the line. Got spread offense, hike to the running back, and he's tackled right in the hole by Jacob Allen and a host of other Mexia Blackcats. Picked up 3, so now we have 3rd and 12. These Blackcats on defense look quick this year.
Very quick.
And what's noticeable is you have 3 or 4 there attacking all at one time. We haven't had a play yet where it's just one cat taking them down. We've had a host of cats taking them down. We got 3rd and 12 here. Snap back to Brashear.
Gain of 3. 4th down, 3.
Sure is a nice night. We got a breeze. You can tell it's Friday Night Lights time again.
So
Cooled off for us tonight. He was open, but he missed him. But good stand by the Blackcats. That's a way to, after you score, to come out and put a stop to it,
yes,
and get the ball back real quick, Freddie. Now we line up. looks like they might be going for it here. We got 2 to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Brashear backs up just a little bit. Looks like he's going to do a little pooch punt. It looked like that went off somebody's back right there and got it rolled down to the 31-yard line of the Blackcats, and that's where our offense is going to take over. Nice stand by the defense, and let's see what the offense is going to do here, Freddie. We'll try to get some of the offensive starters' names in here real quick as they come out. Of course, we have Jaden Proctor as the quarterback. We have Banks as a wide receiver. And Cameron Yoe side of the field. We're getting the play in right now. We look like we have plenty of speed this year, Freddie.
Quite a bit of speed. So we have Jarrell Wallace.
We got Trey out to the right. We got Prince out here to the left. Oh, we got throw down the right sideline. Oh! Almost completed it.
That was number 3, Christian Clark.
Christian Clark. He was covered good, though. Was a good throw in there by Proctor. Thought we had that one, Freddie.
It's the 3rd and 9.
Let's see what the Blackcats dial up here on 3rd down. This is probably two down territory for us. We don't have to pick it all up here at once. If we can get about 5-6 yards, wonder if Coach will go for it or if he'll punt it down in try to pin them in. We got trips to the right and to the left. We got Banks. Jaden's breaking out. Oh, and he's hit at the line.
He was hit at the line.
And brought down. That was a good play in open field. You don't see Proctor tackled in open field very often by one man.
Heath Hollis.
See what Mejia's going to do here now on 4th and 10.
It's going to be 4th down, 11.
Looks like they're going to punt it and pick it down.
The 4th and
11. Sure would be nice to get a little pooch punt right here inside the 5-yard line. We lining up punt here. Cameron has. And from what I've noticed, I've been watching them, they like to run a lot of reverses with their deep men. So we got the punt out to the left. It's a good punt. And it hit the pylon, so that'll be a touchback for the Cameron Yoe. Just inches from being right outside the 1-yard line, Freddie. And that was a good punt. We got 3 minutes and 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. We got the Blackcats leading 7-0 on a long breakaway play for Jarrell Wiley. As we have the Blackcats coming back out on defense, we got trips to the left for the Cameron Yoe. We got Vargas and Brashear in the backfield. Hike to Brashear and hand off to Vargas. They're stringing it out to the left, and they're going to tackle him for about a 2-yard gain.
He was stopped by a host of Blackcats.
That is what I do like to see so far this year. In their 2 scrimmages in this first quarter so far, Freddie, they gang tackle this year.
Yes, they have.
So now we're going to have 2nd down and 8. Cameron Yoe on their own 22.
2nd down 8.
Well, it looks like we're going to have trips to the right. Of course, Vargas and Brashear in the backfield. We got 1 man to the left. Snap back to Brashear. He's dropping back. Looks like he's rolling out to the right. Is he going to tuck it? It looks like he's going to tuck it. And he goes out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. And see if this Blackcat defense can't get them off the field real quick.
He was pushed out of bounds by Lamarian Miller.
26 and 4.
That was looked like a broken play from the beginning. We had a Blackcat come free to the backfield, and he just took off running for his life. But now we're back up. We got 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snipe back to Brashear, and he's going to throw it out to the left. And we have an incomplete pass. So now it's going to bring up 4th down and 4 at the 21-yard line of the Cameron Yoe. Looks like we got them back off the field, Freddie. Man, it feels good to have this cool air on Friday night, Freddie.
Yes, it does.
We hadn't had cool air like this in a while. We have the Cameron Yoe backing up to punt. We have number 7.
It's Trey Holman.
Is back to receive for the Blackcats. We have the snap back. Nice punt. We got a catch by Trey. He's going to break up the middle. He's breaking loose down the left side, and they're going to tackle him at the 35. Nice 20-yard return for Trey Holman on the punt as we have the Blackcats in really good field position to start their 3rd possession of the game. It's going to be at their own 35, I believe. Oh, we have a flag on the field. Let's see what we got here. Well, holding on the Blackcats. So they had the ball on the 35. Let's see what we're going to do here. Was the holding before the punt or after the punt? That flag was way back. Toward the end zone, and we weren't even playing nowhere near that ball. That ball didn't even go nowhere near where that flag was laying. Looks like they're going to mark off 10 from the end of the run. Still, we're going to have the Blackcats are going to have real good field position to start out their 3rd drive of the night. We have 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game with the Blackcats leading 7-0. Yes, we're going to start out at the Cameron Yoe 46 on our 3rd drive. That one big play, Freddie, has completely turned the field position into the Blackcats. Yes. We've been playing on Cameron Yoe's side of the field most of the 1st quarter. And we have Jaden Proctor in the backfield as the quarterback and Drell Wiley as his running back. Pass out to Prince. Prince Banks breaks it out to the left side. Looks like he has enough for another 1st down for the Blackcats. See where they're going to mark that out. Looks like we're going to have 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 2 at the 38 of the Cameron Yoe.
9-yard gain.
They're playing off of them. That route right there is open all night long, Freddie.
All night.
And we got 2 running backs in the backfield. Proctor keeps it. He just juked the boy out of his shoes, and he runs out of bounds at the 32 for a Blackcat 1st down. Man, our backfield is so quick, Freddie. It's tough to tackle them one-on-one. So now we have Jordan Hullum on the right side, wide receiver. We have Prince down here on the left side. Trey Holman in the backfield with Jaden and Holman splits out to the right. So we have Proctor and Wiley in the backfield by themselves. We have snap back, and Jaden throws it out to Holman and having an incomplete pass here.
Good
so
second.
Bring it up to 2nd and 10 for the Blackcats on the Cameron Yoe 28. With all this passing, Freddie, we're going to be here all night.
All night long.
It's unbelievable how much football has changed in the last 20 years. Blackcats up to the line. We snap back to Jaden. Hand off to Holden. Holman, he breaks loose. He's down to the 22-yard line. Let's see if he didn't have enough for a 1st down on that. Uh-oh. That's a Blackcat 1st down. That was Trey Holman breaking loose for 12 yards. He was just dragging Cameron Yoe. I think there was 3 or 4 of them, and he was just running and dragging, keeping them feet moving. So we got the Blackcats back up to the line at the 21 of the Yoemen. We got Banks out to the left, Holman to the right. With Hullum to the right, we got Proctor and Wiley in the backfield. Motion in Holman. Snaps back to Proctor. He hands off to Wiley. They had him. No, he's going to break loose. He breaks it down to the 12-yard line. Man, that was a tough run by Wiley. He looked like he was down to right, and he put that hand down and popped right back up and got another 9 yards. He's already eclipsed the 100-yard mark for the night.
2nd and 1.
Blackcats come up to the line. We got Banks to the left. We got Holman split out to the left. We're coming in motion with Proctor Jarrell. Taking it to the left. He's going to break out to the left. He run right over that Yoemen into the end zone for a touchdown for the Mexia Blackcats. With 1:45 left in the 1st quarter, that puts Mexia up 13-0. Freddie, that man is running like a man possessed tonight. And the Cameron Yoe will be punting to the Blackcats once again, Freddie.
Well, let me go back in with Wiley. It was 4 carries for 112 yards.
Man, that's a nice first quarter. That 112 is good for some games, and we got that in the first quarter from Wiley. And there's a whole host of Blackcats right there to tackle him as he catches it. Very good punt coverage for the Blackcats.
Couple of yards.
As the Cameron Yoe will take over on the, looks like around the 32-yard line of their own field. We got a break right here as the defense for the Blackcats comes back on the field and Cameron Yoe are coming out. We have a new quarterback in for the Cameron Yoe. It's going to be Jalen Busby, number 11. With Vargas, we got a tight formation here on offense. Hand off to Vargas. So he's coming around the right. Tackled for a 4-yard gain on the 36 of the Cameron Yoe. Once again, a whole host of Blackcats in there to tackle.
It's 2nd and 6.
Cameron Yoe still in their tight formation. You got one wide receiver to the right, one to the left. Have Busby and Vargas in the backfield. Snap back to Busby. We got a looks like a false start on the Cameron Yoe. That's one thing that happens when you change quarterbacks, Freddie, that the cadence changes and you get false starts on the offensive linemen because they have a different cadence.
That is correct.
Looks like they've put Brashear back in at quarterback for the Cameron Yoe. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 12 for the Cameron Yoe. We're going to go back out to a spread. We're going to have two wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 10:35 left in the second quarter with Mexia Blackcats up 14-0. Snap back to Brashear. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it down the middle. I thought we had that intercepted. It hit Isaac Sandoval in the arms off of a deflection, but he turned around and never seen it, Freddie. He just happened to be in the right spot at the right time.
Yes, he was.
So now that brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Cameron Yoe on their own 31. See if we can't stiffen this defense again, Freddie, and get off the field. As we got Bashir and Vargas in the backfield. We got trips to the right, a single out here to the left. Snap back to Bashir. He's dropping straight back, and we got him. He's tackled in the backfield. That is going to be Lamarian Miller coming from the safety to tackle Bashir in the backfield on the 28-yard line. Once again, that Blackcat defense is coming up big. Bashir never saw him coming. That was a perfectly timed safety blitz by the Blackcats on that. They never seen him coming. He had a beeline for the quarterback. Once again, we got Trey Holman back.
4th and 19.
To receive this punt for the Blackcats, and it looks like they've got a different punter in this time. We got Jalen Busby back to punt for the Cameron Yoe as they get one late one coming on at the end. Nice punt. Holman gets to it. He's got about 10, 15 yards straight ahead. He breaks back to the inside, and he goes down at the Cameron Yoe 4-yard line where the Blackcats will 1st and 10 in the second quarter with 9:35 left, up 14-0. Blackcats coming back out on the field. We're going to have 2 split. We're going to have 3 to the right for the Blackcats, and one in front. We got Proctor and Busby in the backfield. Hand off. I'm sorry, that's number 22. And Trey Jones breaks for an 11-yard run. That's the first time we've seen Trey tonight,
First time
Freddie.
tonight.
He had a quick little step to the right and broke for 12 yards and another Black Cat first down.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 on the Cameron Yoe 34, driving again. Once again, I'm going to tell you, Freddie, we've played in the Cameron Yoe's half of the field the whole first half here.
Yes, we have.
We got Trey Jones in the back. We got 2 to the left and 1 to the right. Snap back to Proctor. Pass out here to the right. Christian.
Off the tip of his hands.
That's to Christian Clark, number 3. Just a little 5-yard stop route. Went off the fingertips. Second and 10 at the 34 for the Black Cats. We got Jones in the backfield with Jaden Proctor. We got 2 to the left and 1 to the right again. Snap back to Proctor. Throw out to Holdman. He's going to break for a first down. Another good pickup by Holdman. He looks really good in open space.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't look like the burner that Wally was or like Jaden, but when he gets in open space, he makes everybody miss. Looks really good in open space. So now we have a first down and 10 at the 24-yard line of the Yeomen with the Black Cats driving again with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second quarter. Now we have 2 in the backfield with Proctor. Hand off to, oh no, he kept it. And he's around the end, and he's going to pick up a good 4 yards there. That's again Proctor showing his speed around the end. That was a good play fake by him to Jones. He picked up 4 yards. So now we're going to have a 2nd and 6 on the 21-yard line with the Black Cats driving again. So we got Wiley in the backfield with Proctor now. Tight offensive line here. We got jumbo package in, and Wiley breaks around the right side, and they just gang tackle him. Stopped him on the line of scrimmage. That was good gang tackling by the Cameron Yoe on that one. He slipped through the first tackle, but there was 2 more there to get him as he was trying to move forward. So that brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Black Cats. It sure would be nice to slide another touchdown in right here, Freddie.
Yes, it would.
With the way that defense is playing and the way the offense is holding on to the ball, that Cameron Yoe defense has got to be getting worn down. Being the first game of the year. We had a timeout by the Black Cats right before the hike. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back after this Black Cat timeout. All right, we're back here at Cameron Yoe Field with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second quarter. The Black Cats with 3rd and 11 to go. Proctor drops back, and he rolls out to his right. He's rolling back up to the middle. He throws to the right. Was that a catch, Freddie?
No, no one to catch.
No, he did catch that. He caught it on the 50.
That was a catch.
Who caught that, number 15?
Yes, it's number
Fourth
15.
down, 1 after the
Prince
pass
Banks with a
completion.
heck of a catch down here on the 15-yard line.
15.
It's going to bring up a 4th and 1 for the Blackcats. Heck of a catch down the sideline. That was a good scramble by Proctor. He went to his left and back up in the middle to the pocket and found Prince down that sideline. And now that puts them in 4th down territory with 1 yard to go. We have a false start on the Blackcats. Man, that kills you when you got 4th and 1 and you get a false start. But being the first game of the year, you would expect some of those to happen, Freddie.
That's true.
So now we have a 4th and 5. I guess it'll be a 4th and long 5, maybe 4th and 6. With the Blackcats coming up to the line. See if we got a 6-yard play right here to get a first down in our basket. So we got Wiley in the backfield with Proctor. We got motion into the middle. Oh, he's out to that end. Is he going to have the speed to get there? He got it. It looked like he got that. He reached out to get that first down. That was are they going to mark him short? It looks like they're going to mark him short.
Doctor.
And that was a stop on 4th down. That looked like a really bad spot over there because he reached his hands out before he went out of bounds on that, Freddie. But that was a good drive for the Blackcats. Ball on the 15. The Cameron Yoe will be taking over and see if the Blackcat defense can't stand strong one more time, Freddie.
Yep.
So Brashear's back out with the offense. They're going to have 1 wide receiver to the right and 2 to the left. Snap back to Brashear. He hands it off to Vargas, and he's tackled. He might have got 2 yards on that. Once again, there's a whole host of Blackcat defenders there to tackle him. They haven't had much room running tonight, Freddie.
Not much at all. Second and 8.
Blackcat defense coming up. Bashir's in the backfield. We got 2 to the right and 1 to the left. Snap back to Bashir. He drops straight back and he's going to throw it. Uh-oh, he's being chased by a host of Blackcats. Was that a catch on the sideline?
Yes, it was a catch. It was a catch.
Vargas catches the ball for it looks like about a 6-yard gain to the Cameron Yoe 29. We have a flag on the field. Looks like that might be where a man was downfield. One of their offensive linemen got too far downfield. But all right, everyone, we're back here at Cameron Yoe Field. Freddie Greer and Jeremy Sunday coming to you live. Have Cameron with the ball. Snap back to Bashir. He's snapping straight back. We're going to let our deep men take it. Let's see if we can. He's got it around the corner. He's broken up the middle. He's going to go. If he can. We should have 1 second left. They run the clock in, but there should have been 1 second left. But Miller had a long break run again. As we go to halftime at Cameron Yoe Field, we have the Blackcats 14 and the Cameron Yoe 14. Thank y'all and enjoy our halftime. As we come back here to Cameron Yoe Field, we got Cameron Yoe Band out playing at halftime for us. But I want to run down some quick halftime stats that we have here. We have Jarrell Wiley with 7 rushes for 120 yards in the first half. Jaden Proctor with 7 carries for 46. Trey Holman 1 for 12. And Trey Jones 1 for 10. We have Cooper with 1 for 5. And as we go to the receiving, we have Prince Banks 1 for 9. Holdman 1 for 10. Evan Harrison 1 for 10. We got 2 penalties on the Blackcats for 15 yards. And Proctor's 3 of 7 for 29 yards. Mexia has 8 first downs and has 17 rushes so far in this game. Oh, the Yeomen have 17 rushes so far this game and 12 passes for 22 yards. And they have 6 penalties for 30 yards and 8 first downs so far in this ball game. This ball game was a difference of 2 quarters. Mexia dominated the first quarter, and the Cameron Yoe come out, and about halfway through the second quarter, caught some momentum and come back and scored 2 touchdowns left with about 6 minutes left in that first quarter or second quarter. It's tied up 14-14. But those are calculations for yards for receiving and rushing at halftime for both teams. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back in just a minute as halftime continues here at Cameron Yoe Field. As we come back to you here at Cameron Yoe Field with Mexia and Cameron tied at 14 at halftime. We got about 12 and a half minutes before we start the second half, but I'm going to run down some scores from the local area for you. In Class 4A, District 8, Salato's playing Troy, and Troy's up 13-7 at halftime. Lorena, number 8 in the state, is playing China Spring. In the second quarter, China Spring is up 35-7. Of course, here, Mexia and Cameron Yoe are 14-14. Conley is tied 20-20 with Palestine Westwood at halftime. And Fairfield leads Rusk 21-14 at halftime. Madisonville and Belleville are playing a close one, 15-7 at halftime. And Robinson leads Taylor 14-0 at halftime. That's from our district here in Mexia. Let's look at some other local area scores around the area. We have Pine Trees leading Boulder 6-3. Mineola is down 7-17 from Willis Point High School. Athens is down 12-14 to Brownsboro. And of course, Fairfield was leading Rusk in that game, 21-14 at halftime. We'll see if we can't find any more area scores around here for you. Let's see what we have in some 3A. We have in 3A, District 9, Division 1, the Grandview Zebras are leading Glen Rose 24-0 at halftime. Hillsboro is over West 21-7 at halftime. Rice is defeating Drosback 17-7 at halftime. And Tig and Malakoff are tied 14-14 at halftime. That's a surprise. McGregor's leading Marlin 14-7. Whitney's over Gerald High School Cougars 28-0 at halftime. And Maypearl is leading Grape Creek High School Eagles 21-0. Let's see some more in this area. We have Rockdale is leading Giddings 27-8. Let's see if we can find some 2A scores around here. Some perennial Okay, we have Franklin is leading Hearn 21-6 at halftime. McGregor's leading Marlin 14-7. Grapeland's leading Milano 32-6. Fall City is leading Three Rivers 16-0. We have Blooming Grove 13-0 over Crossroads at halftime. Mildred is behind Leon 31-26 in the second quarter. Kearns is down 20-25 at halftime. Elkhart leads Centerville 20-7 at halftime. Cayuga's 20-0 over Frost at halftime. And Bremond leads Normandy 20-14 at halftime. Westwood is down 22-7 to Alto at halftime. We're going to go to commercial for a break, and we'll be right back with some more scores. We got 6.5 minutes before we start the second quarter. Second half, I'm sorry. As we come back to Cameron Yoe Field, 14-14 at halftime, Mexia against Cameron. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left before we start the first half. The officials are walking back out on the field, and both teams are fixing to be here. I got one more set of scores I want to give you for halftime. We have Wortham leading Itasca 13-12 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Yay, Wortham got a lead. Mart leading 38-0 at halftime of Bosqueville. And Thrall is leading Riesel 12-6 at halftime. Freddie, as we come back to the game, Mexia just come back out on the field. They looked really good in the first quarter and the first half of the second quarter. And Cameron caught lightning in a bottle with a long run, and they caught the momentum. But pretty much that first half was pretty even, with Mexia maybe leading a little bit in the stats, but a well played first half with just a few penalties on each side.
I want to go back with the run with Wiley had. That was a nice run. What was that, 95 yards?
95, 96 yards. He stayed behind his blocks and picked, and when they blocked, one block to the right, one block to the left, he picked a hole, and when he hit that hole, there was no catching Jarrell Wiley.
Wasn't no stopping him.
So in our first Blackcat game this year, we have a 100-yard rusher in just the first half.
That's the first half.
So that looks really good for us, and we're playing the number 4 team in 3A, the Cameron Yoe. And they're expecting big things from them this year, and this Blackcat team has traveled down here to Cameron, where it's always been tough for us to play, and has put up a heck of a fight. And some would say have won that fight so far. even though we're tied on the scoreboard.
14-14.
Has been a lot of passing and a few big runs on both sides. Cameron couldn't get anything going till about 6 minutes left in the second quarter, and then they started a lot of misdirection plays to fool the Blackcat defense, and they started picking up yardage in chunks. As we get ready to kick off this second half, we got under a minute left. Cameron will be kicking off to Mexia as our bands are leaving the field. I want to say thank you to both Mexia and Cameron on a nice halftime performance from both bands. As our Blackcats come out here on the field, we're going to have Lamarian Miller and Trey Holman deep for the Blackcats. And Cameron's kicked off to us twice, Freddie, and we've run the ball back to the 50 or beyond on both plays. And it looked like that last one of the first half, we were going to break it right down the left side, and shoestring tackle got him. Cameron's coming out, lining up to kick off, kicking left to right this half. Mexia will be moving right to left on the Cameron Yoe home field. And this has been one heck of a ball game. I hope y'all out there are enjoying the play-by-play Blackcat football by Freddie Greer and Jeremy Sunday. It's going to be brought to you all year long in 2019. As we get ready for the second half kickoff, it's kicked to our up man. Looks like Christian Clark's breaking across the middle, and he's going to go down on the 34-yard line of the Blackcats. And I think we're going to have a late hit on Cameron. That's going to give him another 15 yards. So Freddie coming out of the first half, well, looks like we're going to start off with really good field position.
Look like we are.
Like we've had the whole game. We've played most of this game in Cameron Yoe territory, and if we keep this up, surely the Blackcats can pull off a huge upset down here in Cameron. Let's see what this penalty is. We're going to have a personal foul on the Blackcats. Whoa. That is surprising because that was a late hit by the Cameron Yoe, obviously, and they're going to call that on the Blackcats. Must have had a block in the back or something, but we had to start off the second half with a penalty. That's not good for us. So that's going to put Mexia at their own 19, moving right to left. We're going to have one moved out to the right, one wide receiver to the left, and two running backs in the backfield to start the second half. We got motion. Hand off to Jarrell Wiley, and he's broken another one up the middle. Is he going to break it all the way again, Freddie? On the first play of second half, they tackled him at the 45-yard line. But, Freddie, he was one arm tackle away from taking another one all the way to the house.
What a nice run.
So that gets Mexia out of deep in their own territory, puts them up at their own 44-yard line as they have one to the right and one to the left, and two in the backfield, motion to the left. There's a throw out. Oh, and he dropped the pass. Holdman was wide open.
Loose ball.
Did they call that a live ball?
Yes.
Throw behind the line?
Yes, they did.
Whoa. Well, Mexia got lucky, and they called it a lateral. It didn't look like a lateral to me, but they called it a lateral, and we picked up 2 yards when it obviously looked like that ball was thrown forward. As the referees gather here, they're going to talk and try to see if they can tell if that ball was a forward lateral or backwards lateral or a forward throw. But from our vantage point, it looked like it was for sure thrown forward. Holdman was all by himself. They're going to call it a backward lateral, and Mexia covered it at the 46-yard line, so we're going to have 2nd down and 8 for the Blackcats. Refs got together and decided they were going to keep it the way they had it. Mexia comes to the line. They have one split right, one split left again.
2-yard gain.
With a tight backfield, Mexia jumps.
Flags, multiple flags on the play.
Looks like Mexia has a legal procedure on them. They're going to move them back 5 yards, and so now it'll be 2nd and 13 for the Blackcats at their own 41. That's not good. We hadn't played a couple of minutes, and Mejia's already had 2 penalties this second half.
So what are we looking at? 2nd and 13.
Got motion, Holdman in the backfield. Snap back to Proctor. Hand to Jarrell. He makes a couple of cuts, and he's breaking loose again. Jarrell with another run. He's got 16, 17 more yards. He is just racking them up. They cannot bring him down, Freddie. He's a real patient runner in the hole, letting his blocks get in the way of the defenders, and he's cutting off of them. Just real good vision by number 5, Jarrell Wiley. So we line up with 2 split to the right and 1 to the left. Proctor and Jarrell in the backfield. We got
10.
motion for Holdman. Another hand to Jarrell around the left side. He's getting set 6. He's averaging. What's he averaging now, Freddie? He's averaging a good 16, 17 yards a carry.
Yeah.
He's running with authority. There's no doubt about that. And he's just a junior. He'll be back, Freddie.
He'll be back. What is that, 2nd and 6?
2nd and 6. Snap. Proctor's changing the play at the line. Snap back. Oh, we got motion. Snap. Fake. Proctor's running out to the right. He's just going to throw that away. Smart move by Proctor. You don't want to get tackled 10 yards behind the line. So he just threw that one out, but we got a flag in the secondary, and usually when you have a flag in the secondary, you got holding on the defense, Freddie.
That is true.
Oh, they're going to wave the flag off. Imagine that. So 2 flags were on the ground, and they waved them both off. It's kind of odd. Usually if you have one, maybe they can say they didn't see, but when you have 2 officials throw a flag, surely something happened.
What would have, 3rd and 6?
3rd and 6. And we got 2 split to the left. We got Banks and Holdman out here to the left. That was not a good play for the Blackcats at all. So we're going to have 4th and 10 from the Yoemen 38, and that play was blown up from the very start. Looks like Mejia's going to try to punt and pin them deep. We come out here, Dackler is going to hike the ball to Holum. And if Holum can pin them inside the 5, that'd be real good to start out the second half, Freddie.
That would be great.
He was inches away from putting it inside the 1 down here on the left side in the first quarter. Let's see what he's got here. Snap back to Holum. He kicks it. And that's
good punt.
Good punt. They're going to let it roll down into the 4-yard line. So the Cameron Yoe are going to start their first possession of the second half on their own 4. As we go to break here, we have 8 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Mexia Blackcat football. We'll be back in a minute.
33-yard punt.
As we're back at Cameron Yoe Field, Cameron starting out their first possession of the second half. Back to Brashear, hand off to Vargas, and he's going to get a good 7 yards on this first run. Freddie, ever since the 6-minute mark of the second quarter, the Cameron Yoe have started moving the ball a little bit.
Halftime score, Rockville 41.
So now we're going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Cameron Yoe on their own 12-yard line. They have 2 split out to the right and 1 split to the left with Bashirs and Vargas in the backfield. That's going to be a stop at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2, maybe a long 2, maybe 3. So if the Blackcats can hold strong here, they'll be getting the ball back in really good field position.
What are we at, 3rd and 1?
Yeah, 3rd and long 1. Looks like we're going to have two split out to the right for the Yoe and one to the left with two running backs. It looks like DeBose and Vargas in the backfield with Bashirs. Hike back to Bashirs. It's going to be a handoff to DeBose, and they're pushing him to the back. Oh, no, he's breaking loose. DeBose is breaking down the right side. Nobody's going to catch him. They had him in the backfield, and he broke through and went for about a 16-yard or 86-yard run.
86-yard run.
Had him in the backfield. Once he broke, you wasn't going to catch him. So now that puts Cameron up 20-14 with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Freddie, they had him in the backfield, had him strung out. He broke through one crease, and you was not going to catch him. Cameron Yoe are lining up for the extra point, leading 20-14 now, their first lead of the night. Cameron Yoe take it with 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Snap back, kick up.
Kick is good.
And it's 21-14 Cameron. One heck of a run by DeBose. We getting ready for the kickoff. It'll be Cameron kicking off to Mexia once again. Blackcats drove all the way down the field and punted, put them deep, and one long run has put Cameron up now 21-14. The first 18 minutes of this game, Freddie, it sure was quiet out here, and now it's loud on the Cameron Yoe side. As everybody lines up, Blackcats on the field. We got Miller and Holdman once again back for the Blackcats. And Cameron's lining up to kick. Cameron's up. Whistle is blown, leading to kick off. So we kicking deep. Looks like this time it's going to be Miller again. He muffs the punt, but he picks it up, and he's running up the middle. He's breaking. And Mexia's going to start out with real good field position once again, Freddie, at the 43-yard line of Mexia. Mexia really needs to put a good drive together here and get points on the board and get this momentum switched back around. As the Blackcats come to the line, we come with one split out right, one split out left, with Holdman and Wiley in the backfield with Proctor. Snap back. Proctor keeps it on the keep, and he's going to get about 4 yards on the run. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Blackcats. They're going to call that a run of 5, so now we're going to have two split out here to the left, Banks and Holdman out here to the left, and one to the right with Wiley and Proctor in the backfield. Once again, it looks like we're going to have a Mexia penalty, a illegal procedure on Mexia, getting them back behind the yes, that was on Mexia. Getting them back behind the chains again, Freddie. It's just two drives in a row that we've had penalties putting us back. See, we can overcome that here on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Got Proctor breaks out. He's going to run down that sideline, and he's going to run out with no gain. Bring up a 3rd, and looks like he lost a yard, so it'll be a 3rd and 11 for the Blackcats here. we need to start trying to go back downfield like we did early in the game. We had wide receivers open early in the game downfield. So we got Wiley in the backfield with Proctor, snap back. Proctor breaks loose in the middle. It's like he's going to have the first down. And Moore, he's down to the 37-yard line of the Cameron Yoe. Nice run by Proctor, a pickup of about 18 yards. He dropped back, and it was like the Red Sea parted, Freddie. He just took off up the middle, and he picked up the first down on his own. Had one man to beat, and when you put Proctor in open field, there's not too many going to take him down by themselves.
Not too many at all.
So we're lining back up. It looks like we're going to have one split to the right, one to the left. Move out to two to the right. Proctor and Wiley in the backfield. Snap back to Proctor. Jaden's running again.
Oh.
And we have an interception.
It's number 20.
So Cameron Yoe come up with an interception. Number 20, Iverson Brazil for the Cameron Yoe. So they will have the ball on their own 28 as Mexia was driving again. But that was a heck of a play. He had to dive for that ball.
Yeah, it was a heck of a play.
See what the Mexia defense can do here. We got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter with the Yeomen up 21-14 as of right now, Freddie. Yeomen come out with two to the right and two wide receivers to the left. Bashir's back to, and they met him in the hole at the line, and Vargas might have got two on that play. That was the gang tackling that we saw in the first 18 minutes of the game, yeah. Freddie. They didn't let him get started. So now it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Cameron Yoe. We're going to have two wides to the left and two wides to the right. Vargas and Bashir in the backfield. And we got a deep pass down the right field, man, wide open by himself. And he's going to go in for a touchdown and make it 27-14.
He was at the state track meet and the 200-meter dash last year.
Another quick strike by the Yeomen. Have them up by 2 scores with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left.
27-14.
Lining up for the extra point. Freddie, that was another quick strike.
Hits him on the money.
Correct, another quick strike.
He was all by himself behind the secondary. And the kick's up, and it's going to be 28-14 now, Cameron Yoe, with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Mexia needs a strike here, Freddie.
Yes, they do.
Two big plays here in the second half for the Cameron Yoe have got them a 2-touchdown lead now. As we wait for the kickoff, Mexia starts to take the field. Cameron's getting ready for the kickoff. Now, Freddie, all these kickoffs, Mejia's been one arm tackle away from taking it to the house.
One arm tackle away, you're correct.
So maybe if we could just block that one arm, we could make this a one-score ball game right here. Again, Holdman and Miller are going to be your return men deep. And the Cameron Yoe have a new kicker now. Axel Martinez will be kicking off for the Cameron Yoe now. So Cameron Yoe line up with Mexia getting ready to receive the ball. Here we go with the kickoff from left to right. It's a real deep kick. We got one breaking again. That was B.J. Sunday with that catch, and he gained about 15 yards. The middle of that field is wide open, Freddie. If we could just miss that one guy that grabs us, we're going to take one to pay dirt.
Yes, we will.
Once again, really good field position starting from Mexia as they start on our own 38. See if we can't get something going here and put this ball in the end zone. We got 2 to the left and 1 to the right. A handoff to Drell. No, fake. Proctor is broken loose in that field, and he's avoiding everybody, and he's going to run it down to the 40-yard line of the Yoemen. Another huge run by Proctor. When he gets in that open field, he's devastating, Freddie.
Proctor, 22 yards, first down.
So Mexia once again on the drive are in Cameron Yoe territory.
1st and 10.
On the 40-yard line. Mexia really needs to punch it in right here. We got Prince Banks down here to the left. Motion. Trey Holman in motion with Jarrell Wiley in the backfield. I think this is the first time tonight we've seen Proctor up under the center.
Yes, it is.
Wiley deep. He back in motion, takes the snap, and they're pitching to Holman running around the right end. And there's just too many Yoe out there for him on that play. Pickup of no gain on a sweep to the right.
2nd and 10.
Holman. No gain.
Tried a little something different on that last play coming under the center for the first time tonight. Who do we have up top there for the Blackcats? Looks like Jordan Holm up top. Holman in. Jarrell Wiley with the run. He's breaking through. It looked like a face mask right there that they missed, but he did pick up the first down. No, they're going to call it 3rd down. Looked like he'd crossed the 30 on that, but we're going to have 3rd down and 1 from what they're calling a 31 and a half yard line. Mexia coming up to the line. Proctor underneath center once again. And we have another false start on Mexia that's going to make it 3rd and a long 5. That's what happens when that first game of the year, that fatigue starts setting in, and you start having those illegal procedures that you won't have at the end of the year. But back to action, we got 3rd and 5. We have Holm and Holman up to the top right, and Prince Banks down here to the left with Proctor and Jarrell in the backfield. Snap back to Proctor. Oh, we got a catch here by Evan Harrison, and he's down at the 15-yard line. That was a heck of a play. That was an awesome route run right there.
Good catch.
Misdirection, easing your tight end out there in the flat for a first down, and Mexia's moving the chains with a 1st and 10 at the Yoemen 25. Very good misdirection play right there. They had everybody flowing to the left and sent the tight end out to the right. So we have a snap back to Proctor, a handoff to Jarrell Wiley, and he's corralled in the backfield for a loss of 3. So now it brings up a 2nd and 13.
Loss of 3.
2nd and 13?
Yes. We're going to line up in tight formation with Proctor in the back with Wiley beside him. Holdman's in up motion. Snap back to Proctor. Hand off to Wiley. He's breaking out the left side. And that's a tough run. But he got back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for Mexia. Surely this is 2-down territory, Freddie.
Yes, it is.
Debo.
the field goal kicker was kicking field goals at halftime and before the game from about this distance, but you need touchdowns right now. He's going to hand off. Proctor's going to keep it around the end. He's breaking loose in the backfield. Proctor's going to get the first down, and he's going to be down at the 11-yard line. Another awesome run by Proctor. He put that ball in there, and he read that defensive end, and when they went for Jarrell Wiley, he pulled it and went around the end and picked up about 15 yards for another Black Cat first down at the 11-yard line of the Yoemen. Slow but steady here with 25 seconds left in the third quarter. The Black Cats are driving. Coming up to the line with 20 seconds left and tight formation.
Wild in the backfield.
Got motion by Holdman. Wiley threw another hole down to the 4-yard line, and that looks like that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. But Mejia's going to have the ball starting the fourth quarter on the Yoemen 4-yard line with a 2nd down and 3. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter with Black Cat football in just a few minutes. As we come back to Cameo Field, the Black Cats are on the 4-yard line looking to punch it in and make it a one-score ball game. Freddie, this has been an impressive drive with a couple of big long runs by Proctor on third downs. If they can punch it in here, it'll really help. We got motion by the Black Cats, Proctor, and he's going to be sacked. No, he breaks loose. And a swarm of Yoe taking him down at the 11-yard line as we lost some yardage on that one. It was like they knew what play we were running there, Freddie.
Yep. Look.
Black Cats are going to have a 3rd and 10 at the 11-yard line back where we first started. As we come to the line, we have 2 split out to the right with Jarrell Wiley in the backfield with Proctor. We have a high snap. Proctor's breaking up, and he got shoestring tackle and brought down at the 10-yard line. There was nobody in front of him if he could have made it through that. So now we bring out the Proctor's still down. That's not good, Freddie.
It's not good at all.
As the players take a knee, as Proctor's down on the carpet, that's not good. Mexia can't afford to have this happen. We're going to take it to a break as we check on Jaden Proctor on the field, and we'll be back with some 4A scores in just a second. As we come back to play here at Cameron Yoe, the Blackcats are lining up for a, looks to be about a 26-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right. Mejia drives all the way down to the 4, and we come up empty. That's tough, Freddie. But from some scores from around the area, we got China Spring leading Lorena 38-7 in the third. Excuse me, that's 35-7 in the third. Of course, Cameron here is 28-14 over the Blackcats. Conley's defeating Palestine Westwood in the third quarter, 32-20. Fairfield is up 34-20 on Rusk in the third quarter. Madisonville is leading Belleville High School Brahmas 15-7 in the fourth quarter. And Robinson's up big 38-7 over Taylor. As we come back to play here at Cameron Yoe Field, the Blackcats are on defense, and the Yeomen are in 2 to the left and 1 to the right. Back to Brashear, hand off to Vargas, and he's taken down in the backfield, it looks like. Might have gained 1 yard. So now we have a 2nd and 9. It's just been one of those big play nights, Freddie. Cameron hasn't drove down the field on this Blackcat defense. They've just had big explosive plays. So we have 2 split to the right, 1 to your left with Bashirs and Vargas in the backfield. Snap back to Bashirs. Misdirection handoff, hitting the backfield to Vargas. A gang tackling for them Blackcats again, but I think he picked up about 3 on that one, which will bring up a 3rd and 6. Now Cameron has one down. Looks like cramps starting to hit both teams, Freddie.
Yes.
Just to let everybody know, Jaden Proctor walked off on his own power. Looked like he might have tweaked an ankle or had a cramp. We come back and we have 3rd and 6, or 3rd and a long 5 for the Cameron Yoe. With 9 minutes and 55 seconds left to play here in the game. Cameron leading 27-14. Blackcats really need to stop here. With 2 in the backfield with Bashirs, and we have 1 in motion. Snap back, hand off to Vargas, and he's going to pick up the first down, and he's dragging Blackcat defenders with him as he picks up the first down and gets the ball out to the 38-yard line.
43.
That's a tough run by Vargas.
38.
So now it's 1st and 10 at Cameron Yoe 38 with 9.5 minutes left in the game. Cameron's slowing the pace down big time now. They have been in a hurry most of the night, but now with a 2-touchdown lead, they're slowing it down and using clock against our Blackcats. Snap back to little bubble screen. Not much there. And I think they're going to get him for a face mask. Looked like he had his hand up pretty high. And that's a tough one. You stop him for a loss. And
flag on the play.
they're going to wave that flag off, Freddie. Said they had his hand on top of the helmet, not on the face mask. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
1 yard gain.
2nd and 10.
With a no gain on that play.
1st and 10.
2nd and 10. So we're going to come back with 2 split out to the right and 2 split out to the left with Bashirs and DeBose in the backfield now, giving Vargas a little breather. I think we're going to end up having some motion on the offensive line on Cameron, which is going to make it a 2nd and 15 for the Cameron Yoe. Are they discussing whether the Blackcats drew them offsides right now, I think?
1 yard
As the officials talk it over, that linebacker was blitzing, but he was not across the line.
No, he wasn't across the line.
So I'd have no idea why they're sitting here trying to discuss on who this penalty's on. And it is against the Cameron Yoe. It'll be marked back 5 yards.
Oh, no.
Now it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 34-yard line of the Cameron Yoe.
2nd and 15.
Yes, sir.
5-yard penalty.
It's going to be Bashirs in the backfield with the Bows. 2 to the right and 2 to the left for him. Snap back to the Bashirs, and he's going to straight drop back, and he's just going to throw it out in the flat, and they missed the tackle, and he gained a good 8 yards back on that. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 now for the Cameron Yoe.
Up to the 42.
Missed tackles late in games are going to hurt you, Freddie.
Yeah.
Being the first game of the year, you know fatigue is a big factor right now on both teams. Cameron Yoe come to the top. We have trips to the right and 1 wide receiver to the left with Bashirs and the Bows in the back. Snap back to Bashirs. Just straight drop back. He's looking for the Bows up, and he dropped the ball wide open with nobody around him. So it's going to go to 4th down and 7. And surely the Cameron Yoe are going to punt it back to the Blackcats. Leading by 13, 27-14 with 7 minutes and 41 seconds left. This game's not over yet because we have had some big returns so far, Freddie. Trey's been right there on the verge of breaking some, and so has our Miller tonight. He's been very close to breaking a couple. So let's see what happens right here as Cameron's back to punt. They have Busby in the backfield to punt. And Holdman's receiving. Ooh, they almost got to that one. It's a high punt. Holdman catching. Mejia, he fumbles, but Mejia recovers at the 24-yard line. Holdman got hit right as he was catching the ball.
Get the ball on the fumble.
And they're going to mark it at the Mejia 25-yard line with 1st and 10 to go with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left.
35 yards.
Mejia needs a quick strike right here, Freddie.
No return.
Maybe we can get Wiley turned loose. As Proctor comes out, brings the Holem out to the right. Banks is out to the left. And Holdman and Wiley in the backfield with Proctor. Snap back to Proctor, hand off to Wiley on a sweep. And just no room there.
No room at all.
Picks up a yard. We're not.
2nd and 8.
Yeah, 2nd and 8. They're going to give him 2 on that play. We come to the line. We're going to have Wiley in the backfield. Holdman Clark to the top and hold him down here. He's a good pass to Clark. Another interception. That was a heck of a play by number 20 of Cameron.
Brazil.
Another great interception.
Interception over the night. We almost have it at the 41. 53 to go.
That was Iverson Brazil. That's his 2nd interception of the night, Freddie.
Wow.
On that situation, Clark has got to go up and fight for that ball for his quarterback. He just kept running. He never come back to the ball. Sometimes as a wide receiver, you've got to turn into a defensive back on a throw like that. But now we have the Cameron Yoe coming out and starting on their own 41 with Bashir and Vargas in the backfield. Trips to the left. Snap back to Bashir, straight drop back. And Scott is fisting to get him. And he gets out of the way and looks like he's going to end up picking up 1 as he runs out of bounds. It looked like Scott was almost to him, Freddie.
Just about had him.
Man, how the game's changed. They're up by 2 touchdowns with 6 minutes left in the game, and they're still dropping back to throw the ball instead of running it, Freddie.
We got 2nd and 9.
Yes, and the Blackcats have got to get off this field quickly as possible and get that offense back out there and hopefully for some big plays. Snap back to Bashirs and hand off to Vargas, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down by, no, he's still running. What a heck of a run by Vargas. It looked like he was brought down in the backfield, and he kept on fighting and got 4 yards and brings up a 3rd down and 5 for the Cameron Yoe. After he was hit in the backfield, kept his feet churning and picked up another 4 yards. So now that brings a 3rd and 5 up for the Cameron Yoe with 6 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game. We got trips to the right with Bashirs and Vargas in the backfield. Motion. And we have another flag on the Cameron Yoe, which is a pre-snap penalty again, Freddie. Is going to make it 3rd and 10 and stop the clock. More importantly, that's what the Blackcats need. They needed that clock stopped. Both teams have shot themselves in the foot with penalties tonight. So they come up with trips to the right with Vargas and Bashirs in the backfield. Snap back, and it's going to be a misdirection play again to Vargas up the middle, and he's going to fight for the 1st down. They had him stopped, and he just fought for that 1st down.
13 yards.
So that's going to make it 1st and 10 for the Yeomen.
For the 1st down.
And we got a Blackcat down. It looks like Lamarian Miller is down.
For the Blackcat.
He was in on that tackle.
Go to a quick.
We're going to go to a break while we check in on Mr. Miller. Enjoying Blackcat football. As we come back to Blackcat Field, we got a 27-14 ball game. Cameron Yoe leading the Blackcats with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left. Cameron Yoe with a 1st and 10. Looks like we're going to have a timeout. Blackcats. We're going to take another break. As the Blackcats think this over, we'll be back to Cameron Yoe Field in just a few minutes. As we come back to Blackcat Field, Cameron has a 1st and 10 on their own 46. Blackcats need to stop here. We got 5 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. Snap back to Bashirs, hand off to DeBose, and he's going to be stopped for about a 2-yard gain with a host of Blackcats tackling. Looked like Jacob Allen was the first one there. Or maybe that was J.R. Deichler there. First one in on that tackle, but it was a whole host.
Who do we have? 2nd and
8. Blackcats need to stop here, get the ball back. Got 5 minutes left. Cameron's got 2 running backs back with Bashirs. Snap back to Bashirs. A little quick bubble route out to Young, number 4. And looks like he's going to be a little bit short, and he stayed in bounds to run the clock some more.
To Toby Young.
He's down now. Number 4's down. Everybody's cramping. And then go back to Miller. He walked off on his own power. Looked like he had a cramp. So everybody takes a knee, and they're stretching out Mr. Young. He was a little bit short, it looked like, of the first down and started cramping. But we got 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game with Yoemen leading 27-14. It's been a real good game tonight with the Blackcats leading after the first quarter and the Yoemen tying it in the second. And then in the third, Cameron scored a couple of quick touchdowns on long plays, and that's what's got us to 27-14 as they work on Young. On the other sideline, on the Blackcat sideline, he's cramping. They're stretching him out. A lot of these players tonight, being the first game of the year, are dealing with cramping.
We're
going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Blackcat football from Cameron Stadium. It's Freddie Greer and Jeremy Sunday back with you with Blackcat football at Cameron Yoe Field with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left as Young walks off on his own power. Was having cramps, got him stretched out, and Cameron Yoe does have a 3rd and 1 at their own 37. See what they do here if they can get off the field. They're going to pick up the first down. That's going to move the chains. And they're just eating away at the clock right now as they lead by 2 touchdowns, 27-14. The Cameron Yoe are leading the Mexia Blackcats. Be 1st and 10 at the 35 of the Blackcats. Freddie, they're just slowly taking their time going down the field. Line up with 2 backs with Bashirs. Snap back to Bashirs. Misdirection up front, and Vargas is going to run for a good 7-yard gain. Bring up a 2nd and 3. With 30 minutes and 40 seconds left, the Blackcats sure need a turnover right here. We got an injured Blackcat on the field.
Have an injured player.
As we see who this is that's down. They're bringing water out to the players. Everybody's taking a knee. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Blackcat football. As we come back to to Cameron Yoe Field, we have a Black Cat that's down on the field and sitting here trying to figure out what's going on. They've brought the stretcher out for him. I believe the player that's on the field is J.R. Deichler. That's the worst thing that can happen in these games with these UIL student athletes, is coming into these games and having a real bad injury. And we only got 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first game. So we'll see what we got going on here. Really puts a damper on a really good game we've had here tonight between the Cameron Yoe and the Mexia Blackcats, is to have a bad injury like this at the end of the game. Let's see if we can't find some scores right now while we're getting to this, figure out what's happened to this Black Cat football player. As we're back here at Cameron Yoe Field, Freddie Greer and Jeremy Sunday with Black Cat football. So we're working out, as they're down there working on J.R. Deichler on the field, as we've had an injury here in the last few minutes of this ball game. But we're going to go over some scores from around the area. The Lorena Leopards are coming back against the China Spring Cougars, 21-35 now. Conley Cadets are over Palestine Westwood, 46-27 in the fourth quarter. Fairfield now leading Rusk, 47-28, with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And Robinson's leading Taylor, 47-7 at the end of the fourth quarter. And Madisonville lost in a close one to Belleville, 18-15. Here, some more scores. Caddo Mills over Ford High School, 42-20. Benbrook over Community, 21-17. Pine Trees leading Bullard, 26-16. Canton High School Eagles are losing 46-19. Fairfield's up on Rusk. Willis Points beat Mineola tonight 31-14. And Athens beat Brownsboro 33-14. And the score, Conley over Palestine, has gone final, and it's 46-27. See if we can't find some more scores while J.R. Deichler's being tended to on the field. It's just never good when it takes this long for players. Malakoff is leading Tig 40-14 in the fourth quarter. They're getting JR tended to on the field. It's really quiet around here as we hate to see these players get hurt, especially with just a few minutes left in a game. As we look for some more scores here for you. Grandview's leading Glen Rose 38-14. Rice is over Grosbeck 23-20. That's a close game. Marlin and McGregor are tied at 28. And Whitney's leading Gerald High School Cougars 56-3. As Hillsboro and West have gone final, Hillsboro won 35-13. And Maypearl beat Grape Creek High School Eagles. And some more scores around the area. Newton won tonight against the Kirbyville Wildcats 60-0. Tarkenton beat Anahuac 39-28. See if we can't find some more local scores around here. See if we can't find a La Vega score. Okay, this is getting closer to us.
We'll go to quick commercial.
You're playing music right now. As we're back to Blackcat Field, they're wheeling JR off right now. Everybody's up clapping, showing great sportsmanship. He's moving his hands, so that's a good sign, and he's been moving his feet while he was laying on the ground. So let's hope it's nothing real serious. It's more precaution than anything. We got 3 minutes and 34 seconds left here at Cameron Yoe Field. We're going to go back to some more scores. China Spring just scored again. It's 42-21. La Vega's up 28-7 on Medina. Argyle is up 42-14. Brownwood is leading Brock 10-0. And Midlothian Heritage beats Gatesville 63-10. As we get back to action here, Cameron's coming out on the field, and they have a second down and 5 to go.
49-0.
Blackcat defense lines back up on the field, and they need a quick turnover here, Freddie.
Yeah, they do.
It's hard to get back to playing once you've seen somebody wheeled off, and you're worried about your teammates and the other teams worried about them too, so it's really tough to get started back up after such a long break. And
unofficially, we have James Debo with 5 carries, 161 yards.
We can say our thoughts are with the Dockler family. And here we go, we're lining up, and they snap back, And DeBose is up the middle, and he's got the first down at the 20-yard line with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. Not really for sure why they just run off 30 seconds on the clock, but they run 30 seconds off on the clock. And we're down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, and it looks like Cameron's just going to run the clock out on the Blackcats tonight, as the Blackcats have put up a heck of a game. This was a really good game, back and forth, lots of explosion plays. But Cameron's lining up, and they're just taking their time and milking the clock right here and running straight forward. A couple of more plays and this game's over. And they're just going to run right up the middle. Roll. Are they going to call it forward? They're going to stop the clock as he runs out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Looks like he's close enough for first down. So we're going to have first and goal at the 10-yard line for the Cameron Yoe, as he looked like there wasn't nothing there, and the next thing you know, he went around the corner for 10 yards. But he did run out of bounds, so that stopped the clock for now. As Cameron comes to the line, leading 27-14 with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. And they're just milking the clock. Hand off to Vargas as he runs up the middle and tackled at the 5. So now we're going to have second goal at the 5, and the clock continues to run.
Eagle Vargas picks up 9.
Clock's at 1:40 and running. Second and goal to go from the 5-yard line for the Cameron Yoe. Black Cat football brought to you by Greer Entertainment tonight by Freddie Greer and Jeremy Sunday. We'll be here all year long. Next week we'll be in Mexia. It'll be Mexia versus Tig. Y'all tune in and listen to us. They hand off to 22 for Cameron. Jacorian Melton just scored another touchdown for the Cameron Yoe with 1:12 left, and that makes it 33-14 Cameron Yoe. They line up for the extra point. Just want to say safe travels to all the Mexia people on their way back to Mexia tonight. And we look forward to seeing y'all next week in Mexia with Mexia versus Tig. Kicks up, and it is good. Makes it 34-14. Cameron Yoe over the Mexia Blackcats.
This is 4th out of 5 attempts.
Both teams are going to have a lot to build off of. As anybody with football knows, your biggest jump is from week 1 to week 2. So both of these teams are going to be able to take video back home and watch video in the morning and correct whatever they didn't feel they were their best at tonight, and come out next week and be ready to roll. As Cameron Yoe sets up to kick off to Mexia, we have Lamarian Miller and Trey Holman back to receive the kick. Here we go.
Juan Hernandez will kick off for the Yoemen.
We're winding down the ball game here. We got 1:12 left in the game. With Cameron Yoe kicking off to the Blackcats. We have a fair catch by Prince Banks, and Mexia have the ball on their own 35. He's your breakaway wide receiver. Why don't you throw the ball to him?
That's true.
As we come to Prince Banks breaks out to the right, Christian Clark's on the left, and you got Jarrell and Holdman in the backfield. As Proctor breaks out to the left, down the sideline, he's run out of bounds with about a 3-yard pickup. Looked like he was going to have a lot of real estate, and 6 stayed home and had him run him out of bounds. We got a minute 3 left.
That's 2nd and 8.
Yes, 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line of the Blackcats. As we got twins to the left, and Proctor bounces one in to the wide receiver, and we're going to have 3rd down and 7 as that was intended for Holdman. We have 57 seconds left in the ball game.
Incomplete.
I want to thank all our sponsors for being able to put us on air tonight. And as we move forward in the season, Greer Time Entertainment, Greer Time Detail, Joe Fridays, Woodman Life, all sponsoring to make this happen for y'all as we get Black Cat football on the radio. And as we sit here, Wiley's breaking one loose, and he breaks another one. He's down to the 15. With 46 seconds left, Jarrell Wiley breaks another long run. Black Cats trying to put some more points on the board before the end of the game. Wiley has been a real bright spot for the Black Cats tonight. As the ball comes back, Proctor picks it up. He throws to Banks in the end zone, just wide throw of Banks. But that was a real good play for Proctor as the ball trickled back to him. He picked it up off the ground and rolled out to his right and tried to throw to Banks. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Cameron Yoe 16. Maybe the Black Cats can punch one in here with 30 seconds left in the game. Give them some momentum to start the next week. Black Cats Holdman goes in motion. Ball's thrown to Christian Clark, and it's incompleted.
Here we go with 3rd and 10.
Yep, brings up 3rd and 10 with the Black Cats at the Yoemen 16 with 26 seconds left in the ball game. Clock is stopped on the incompletion. Of course, this is 2-down territory with 26 seconds left. As Proctor rolls out to his right, and he hits Holdman on the left. He's scooting in for a touchdown. Trey Holdman scores a 16-yard touchdown with 17 seconds left to give the Black Cats 20 on the night. Good rollout by Proctor. Good catch by Holdman. Nice little touchdown down the left side of the field. As Mejia's going to go for 2 now. Still a pretty good crowd here watching the game. We're going to run on our extra point kicker now, so we're going to attempt the extra point. The snap's back, the kick's up, and it is good. As the Black Cats score with 17 seconds left to make it 34-20. Of course, another long run by Jarrell Wiley, Freddie. We've got some good stuff to look at on video to come back and have a strong week next week. That should put Wiley up over almost 200 yards tonight.
Yeah. We got 17.3 seconds left.
And Proctor's run the ball well tonight when he's had pressure. So we have some really good tape to look at and be able to go over and build off of. Has been a really good game for the first game of the year by both teams.
Oh, yeah.
Now Mejia will be kicking off, kicking left to right. As Cameron Yoe, and surely we're going to see an onside kick here. Be kicking off from the 40. 35. Yep, be kicking off from the 40 as they gather on the 35. And see if we don't have a little sneaky onside kick here. Cameron Yoe's expecting the onside kick with all their men up within the 5-6 yards of the line of scrimmage and nobody back. And yes, they are lining up for an onside kick. Here we go. Here's the kick. And it's just a deep pooch kick. And 22 catches it and falls on the ground. And that's going to do it. All the Cameron Yoe have to do is take one snap and nil it. And that's going to be ball game for us tonight. Mexia gathers over on their sideline. Cameron walks out on the field. Just want to say safe travels to all the Mexia people on their way home, and thank y'all for listening out there. It was listening to us, and look forward to y'all being back with us next week, as this is the first time we've had radio in years in Mexia, but we hope to have it back for a long time. Thanks to Greer Entertainment. Cameron snaps the ball, hikes it, and that's going to do it. From Cameron Yoe Field tonight, Freddie Greer and Jeremy Sunday bring you Black Cat football. Final score 34-21. Cameron Yoe, thank y'all, and y'all have a safe trip home.
Yoemen winning 34-21.